Hello and welcome back to Urban Yolk. Benvenuti, bentornati. Io mi chiamo Giulia. My name is Giulia, and today I'm going to be sharing the balcony garden with you. So, for those of you who are new, myself, my husband, and our 6 cats immigrated to Italy from South Africa recently. Gosh, almost been a year, and now we are here with our little balcony garden. Gardening on the balcony is something new for us, and as you can see, we've got a bit of a setup going already. And today we're going to be doing the last of the pots that needed to be potted up and, rehome the plants that we have, some of the herbs and whatnot. Yeah. So we are living up in northern Italy in the mountains, and it's absolutely beautiful. We have stunning views, and I really, really enjoy it. So does my husband. And rosemary grows really well here. So as we can see, we're repotting our rosemary bush so they can grow nice and big and give us lots of flavor for years to come. Yeah, so for those of you who have been following along a while, you'll know that we used to live on a farm and we've lived in various places where we had gardens and we were able to grow quite a lot of stuff. And we also lived in a climate where we could grow a lot of heat tolerant things, like chilies and butterfly peas. Um, what else? I can't even think right now. And a lot of different types of flowers, like sunflowers, which I absolutely adore. So now we've had to adapt what we're growing to a colder climate. So we've got a lot more herbs, sage, thyme, oregano, and asparagus, as you would have just seen. And also focusing more on vertical gardening. So this is our first attempt at using these types of stack pots. I know in America there's a brand called Greenstock that makes them and make them nice and high, nice and tall. And that's sort of where we got the idea from. We weren't able to order them from here, at least not cost effectively. So we landed up then finding a local brand that makes them, but they sell them per tier. And so we went with two shorter tiers at first, or towers, should I say, sorry, two shorter towers, and kind of get used to growing in them. So we've got strawberries, we've got herbs, and then we've put in a few other flowers and things, the seeds that will be coming up, and I'll share that with you as things start growing. We'll do a nice update on the balcony garden, and it's been growing absolutely fantastically. Loving it so much. This taking this time to be able to set it up and get our hands dirty again was incredible. I really miss being out in the garden and in the sun working and spending a hard day's labor, if you will, hard day's choring in the garden. And yeah, here we're not going to have that. It's not going to be the same, but we can have a far more manicured garden and focusing on things that we absolutely love to grow. So we've got a bunch of things, including flowers. So we still got sunflowers because we got them without sunflowers. Um, it's just a little empty to me. I I really wanted sunflowers, so we have dwarf sunflowers that we've put in. And then we've also got some nasturtiums, and we've put in butterfly pea. Even though it's a short season, we'll still be able to get a small bush out of it. Then we've also got some gladiolas and snowflake flower, which is adorable. It comes up just at the end of winter, so that we'll see only next season. Then we also have the chamomile, which is both a flower and a tea. What else? Oh gosh, I can't even remember everything, but there's a lot of stuff. And obviously the daffodils that I brought with from South Africa. Daffodils grow really well here. Daffodils are also while there is a daffodil species that is from the area and it's protected, so it kind of fits the village, fits us. It's fantastic. And try to find out a little bit about the laws and what you can and cannot do. And it seems for the most part, in terms of plants that are not outrageous, they're not going to grow across the roof like a loofah or something. Even though that probably wouldn't do well here because it needs a really long growing season. You can go ahead and do what you want. And most people seem to do the flowers. They don't necessarily grow that much on balconies in the way of food. It's mostly flowers and herbs. But we're going to definitely do some tomatoes. So we've got two different types of tomatoes, the San Marzano and then the Pianolo, otherwise known as the Mount Vesuvius tomato. Fantastic. Can't wait to grow it. Haven't grown it before. Delighted to be giving that a go. We also have some kale, radishes, gem squash. If you don't know what gem squash is, look it up. It's awesome. It's one of my favorite veggies. And we didn't do peas because we didn't have enough trellising space for that or bushing space for that, but we've got asparagus, and we've also made place for a cherry tree that we're going to keep like semi-dwarf style. So that we'll have a little tree with a little canopy in the middle there. And yeah, there we go. We got our stack. Beautiful. Love it. Then we have a few carrots and some marigolds. A bit of borage. What else? We've also got chestnut trees growing, which is fantastic. And a little garden helper. Actually, all 6 of our little garden helpers. You didn't see them in the video, but they are loving it. And we've got strawberries, and we've got some cat grass, which is really important for the cats. They need, the grass helps them deal with their hairballs, and they kind of just like it. And sometimes they lie on the grass, so it makes them feel a little bit more at home because, they're used to being out in the big wide world there on a farm with so much to do and trees to climb, whereas here they don't have that. So the grass was important to help them feel a bit at home, and they're a lot calmer having greenery on the balcony again. And we've also got a few chilies going. And then in the back of the bags, we've just got some potatoes growing, which honestly, that's not going to produce a yield. That's, none of this is going to produce a yield that will last the season. This is purely because we miss growing and a way for us to feel a lot more at home and, in the garden, feeling soil on our hands and even feet. But I do look forward to growing, growing again, just growing stuff and also testing out a few things. So testing out stuff in smaller environments and getting to know what it's like in a balcony grow situation, trying something new and adapting to this new environment and new weather, new climate, new tastes, new preferences, and seeing how things affect each other, which is fantastic. It's great. It's great. It's incredible. I'm so excited about it. We do have a worm farm going, which is going fantastically, and we're getting some decent castings from that to help out with the balcony garden as well. And I will say that the chamomile is extremely happy. It's seeds that we brought over from South Africa, which is fantastic. And we also have a few other plants that we brought over. So yeah, awesome, 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 awesome. And that's where we are. We got a little balcony garden overlooking the mountains, the Alps, here in northern Italy. And I will share a few updates on how everything is growing. And do go ahead and follow us on Instagram to see some photos and updates going along there, because those are a little bit quicker than the videos. But yeah, other than that, thank you for watching and alla prossima! Ciao!